Hi roses, my name is Tianna and welcome to your reading. This is a general energy reading, a message that is coming strongly through for you right now from your guides, from the universe. If you're seeing this video, this is something that you are meant to hear. So take what resonates, leave whatever doesn't, although you may find that over time things begin to resonate with you more. So make sure to come back to this video if you want to see if those changes have come into your life as expected in this reading. If you are interested in more tarot content from me, you can find my Twitter at Tianna Rose Tarot, or if you are interested in booking a personalized, custom extended reading with me, you can find the link in the description box of this video. So let's get started. First of all, we have this beautiful amethyst crystal, and we are using the Work Your Light Oracle cards. What does Spirit want to say to the collective today? So we have the card Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. This is definitely an energy that I've been picking up on, an energy that I've been feeling in my own life. And I think many of you are also in the same position, going through a period of awakening, a period of opening up to new ideas, new ways of looking at the world, new ways of behaving in the world, relating to other people. It's not necessarily conscious, although you may have been putting in conscious healing work, conscious effort on, becoming the best version of yourself, but you've really let the universe kind of take control in bringing in whatever upgrades these are. This is not something where you necessarily said, I want to become better at XYZ, but through kind of just continuing to do the things that you're interested in, continuing to stay true and authentic to yourself, you are becoming better in all of these other areas. You are realizing new things you didn't know you could do before. It's really a beautiful energy coming in for all of you. And then immediately, we also have the card Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So there definitely may be a person, a situation, an event, but probably a series of events or circumstances that have kind of pushed you towards this awakening. Different situations that reflected back to you where you still needed to learn and where you still needed to grow. This could be your family dynamics, this could be relationships, friendships, job experiences, anything like going on a vacation and all of a sudden starting to see the world in a different way, reading a book that really opened your eyes to new perspectives. Every time that you are consuming information, talking to other people, existing in the world, moving through the world, you are having things reflected back at you. You are understanding yourself, your memories, through a new perspective. And that is ever evolving. But for a lot of you, there may have been something that was feeling particularly triggering, something that was bringing up old wounds, something that was extremely frustrating, something that was making you feel worse about yourself or unsure of where to go next. And for a lot of you, that is a time that you are now stepping out of. That is something that you have let go of, and that particular situation, person, event is no longer going to have such an effect on you. You are opening yourself up, rising up from those situations. That doesn't mean you're forgetting it, ignoring it, feeling like you can't ever go back there or feeling like you have to look at it in a negative way. Instead, it's more of a general feeling of acceptance and realizing that it does not define you. Let's get one more card from this deck to demonstrate what's going on with this energy. Always love it when a card falls on the floor, as that means that it is a message that is coming through particularly strong. And you have the beautiful card, Inner Temple, Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. So as I said, through this process of really focusing on your own growth, on your own, self-care, your own self-love, no longer, looking outwards and being so impacted by what everybody else is doing. It's possible that maybe in the past you've fallen into more people-pleasing patterns. Maybe you can be a bit of a chameleon, kind of adapting to whatever situation you're in, or you're an empath and are really picking up on all of the energy around you. But now you're no longer just reflecting what everyone else is doing. You're actually tuning into yourself. You're creating a structure within yourself, a system, a structure that can hold all of who you are, and that can make it a lot easier to kind of be able to decide what things are yours and what things belong to other people, what things you want to come in and kind of have these big changes on you, and what things you don't want to deal with. What things might bring you back into these negative patterns. You're no longer letting those have as much control over you as they might have at one point. Let's get some tarot cards to see what else is coming up here. The Eight of Swords. So this was definitely a situation in which you were really feeling stuck, feeling like you had no control over who or what was really happening to you, particularly if this Mirror card and whatever had been triggering you in the past, if that had to do with a romantic connection that you were in and really felt like you were kind of stuck and continuing to go back to that person, or if it was a family dynamic where you felt like you really had to stay because obviously it's your family and you don't want to, cut any ties there. But I think what has ultimately happened is you kind of went through this process of forgetting that you do have power here. And so through this time, through this message, this awakening that you're going through is realizing that you don't have to stay stuck, that there are other options here. Even if you can't necessarily change your external environment, you can change your internal environment. And the Chariot really confirms that you are taking back control over your life. You get to decide how you feel, where things go. It's no one else's job. It's no one else's privilege or right to get to impact your emotions on a daily basis. You have the power. So we have the Three of Wands here. It showed up in reverse. But I really do think here you're getting an opportunity to kind of look to the future, think about where you want to go, but also, kind of remembering how far you have come already and feeling like perhaps you can live more in the present. You're breaking through these blockages. You're allowing yourself to no longer be, stuck in this energy where you feel trapped, where you feel like you have no control over anything. These blocks are being removed and you are stepping into kind of this very much new, visionary energy where you're realizing that you get to have a say in what happens in your life, and that's the real awakening process. Lastly, we have the Two of Pentacles. So you're really balancing something here. You're trying to figure out the path that you want to go down, the decisions that you want to make. You're trying to figure out, what this future really looks like for you. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. This card always makes me think of inner child energy. So for those of you who are really letting go of these family ties or deep patterns that could be even multi-generational, and really releasing any trauma, any, problematic patterns, toxic patterns that are related to those environments, you're finally in a place where you're saying, I can let go of those. I can still hold space for them, but they don't need to control my life anymore. You're opening yourself up to what it can look like when you hold both. Not completely, letting your inner child run the show, but also not ignoring your inner child completely. Not avoiding anyone who might ever trigger you or, new experiences, because that's what we need in order to grow, but also not staying in toxic patterns and situations that are constantly just re-bringing up these old wounds and making us act in ways that don't feel like our highest selves. And you are remembering that you do have control here, that you don't need to stay stuck. Overall, this is a really beautiful energy of coming into yourself. And so I hope that whoever needed to hear that today, you can receive this reading and feel excited to be, reminded of all of the incredible things that are coming into your life from this point forward. I think you've been feeling this shift, and this is just confirmation of that. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Again, if you're interested in booking a full-length reading with me, you can find the link in the description box of this video. Thank you guys.